Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. It's using the Sensational Season stamp set and the Holiday Collection framelits to make a super cute card. I saw an idea online that another demonstrator had made and shared on a demonstrator-only art gallery, and I really liked her idea, but I thought I would add my own special touches to it and share it with you today. So let's get started. For my card base, I'm going to use a piece of very vanilla cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it at the halfway, which is 4 1/4, and that's going to be my card base. I'm going to set that aside for now. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in my early espresso ink and my very vanilla cardstock. The reason that I'm using early espresso is because I have some leftover pieces of Candlelight Christmas Designer Series paper that I wanted to use up before it retires on January 2nd. And so I thought, well, I'll pull the colors that are in this Designer Series paper to make my card. So I'm going to use the Gingerbread Boy from Sensational Season. I have Clear Block B and my early espresso ink. And I'm going to ink him up and stamp him down 4 different times because I want 4 gingerbread boys. Don't you love these new juicy pads? Oh my gosh. All right, perfect. Then I'm going to put that away for now. And the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Big Shot, and I'm going to die cut them out using the Holiday Collection framelits. And here's the little gingerbread boy framelit. So I'm going to have to do it actually 4 times because I can't layer these. The framelit is so thin. So you want your platform on the very top, your top standard or your bottom standard cutting pad. You want your cardstock with your framelit on top. And I dropped it on the floor. There we go. And then, there we go. I'm going to put it down, the top standard cutting pad down, and run it through. That's one. And I'll pop him out and put him over there. And then I'm going to do the other 3. I'll stop the video while I do this so that you don't have to sit and watch me do all 4 of them, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be back in a moment and show you how to complete the rest of this super cute card. All right, I have the 4 gingerbread die cut out. And now I'm going to set up the layers that are going to be behind each one. So I have actually 4 pieces of Lucky Limeade cardstock that I have cut 2 1/8 by 1 6/8. And then I have my Candlelight Christmas Designer Series paper that's cut 2 by 1 1/2. And so I'm going to layer the Candlelight Christmas paper on top of the Lucky Limeade for all 4 of them. And 1 more to go. All right, now each one of these I'm going to layer on an early espresso layer that's cut 5 1/4 by 4. Let me just line it up here on my grid. There we go. I'm going to put the bottom 2 quite a ways away from the top two because I have an idea for something in the middle. All right, so there's a layer. Then I have some Early Espresso ribbon. It is the grosgrain ribbon that's stitched. And so I'm going to put that in the center. I've got my ribbon cutting scissors. There we go. And I'm not going to put adhesive on the back of the ribbon. What I'm going to do is turn it over, and I'm going to put some adhesive here and here, and then just wrap my ribbon around tightly so that it's in the center, like so. Now what I want to do is I want to take my gingerbread men and some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I want to put a Stampin' Dimensional under the first little guy. You can just put one in the center. It saves you some Stampin' Dimensionals. They're pretty sticky. So I'm going to put one there. And then, before I put my second one, I'm going to bring in my 1 1/4 inch scallop circle punch. I'm going to lop off the leg of the gingerbread boy because it looks like somebody's taken a bite out of him. He's going to be my second one. And then I'm going to bring in the third gingerbread boy, and he's going to have chunks out of both of his legs. And that'll be the third one. And then the last little gingerbread boy, he's had 3 bites taken out of him. And let's do an arm. There we go. Put one Stampin' Dimensional in the center of him. And there we go. It's pretty funny. And then what I'm going to do is bring in my card base, turn over the whole layer, all ready to go. And then I'm going to add it like that. Now I think it needs a phrase, so I am going to stop the video and I'm going to go over and get a couple of punches and some cardstock that's left over. Oh, I've got some cardstock here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for the phrase. Back in a moment. So let's add a phrase. I'm going to use my Teeny Tiny Wishes and Merry Christmas. I'll use my leftover Very Vanilla cardstock. I've got some real red ink that I grabbed as well. I'm going to stamp it down. Then I'm going to take my word window punch and punch that out. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap Lucky Limeade. There we go. And layer my phrase on top of the Modern Label punch. That's the Lucky Limeade. There we go. And then what I think I'll do is, I don't think I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on it. I'm just going to put lots of adhesive on it and lay it down flat in the center of my card, like so. But then I have one more idea that I think would be really fun. If you have some cherry cobbler dazzling details, let's make the buttons on the gingerbread boy have a little sparkle. So each gingerbread boy, I'm adding a dollop of the dazzling details that's the cherry cobbler, and it'll add some sparkle and some interest to the card. And there we go. Obviously I'll have to lay it flat to dry for a little while because it is a glittery glue, so it needs some time to dry. But there's a really fun and super cute idea for you to try at home using your Big Shot. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for all of the products that I use to make this card, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. I have 2 newsletters that come out each month that have lots of other project ideas. You can place an order for the products that I use today to make this cute card. Don't forget that the Sensational Season stamp set, the framelits, and the Candlelight Christmas Designer Series paper are likely to retire when the Holiday Mini Catalog or Holiday Catalog retires on January 2nd. You can ask me a question from a button on my blog, or you can check out my upcoming classes and clubs, whether virtual or local to the Raleigh, North Carolina area. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.